Hello there everyone, this is Brother Birch. In this video, I'll be introducing your Week 8 team activity. So for this, every year in the US, thousands of people are killed and millions more are injured in traffic accidents. All this data is here. Let's go ahead and look at that link real quick. Traffic safety facts, annual report tables. I can go through all these different things. I can see national statistics. So all this data is stored here. The CSV file, crashes.csv, contains summary data about the accidents. Okay, so for your assignment, you're going to add exception handling code to crashes.py to verify the user's input and print helpful error messages. Okay, so we're going to download these two things, like it says to here. I'll keep that. And right here, I'll say show in folder, open up VS Code, and I'm going to drag crashes over here, our CSV file, and I'll also grab our crashes.py file. I'll drag that over there as well. Okay, so here's what we have to work off of. Okay, I have a bunch of these key value pairs. Inside of main, prompt the user for a file name, which is where we'll grab this data crashes.csv. But if we ever re-downloaded something like we just saw right here, we can download an Excel file right here. Let's see, prompt the user for a percentage, process each row in the CSV file. So let's go ahead and look at this. Open crashes.csv in VS Code. Notice that it contains 10 columns and 8 rows of data regarding traffic accidents in the US. So if we look at that, we have year, fatalities, injuries, crashes, fatal crashes. Okay, there are 8 columns and our 10 rows, 9 chunks of data, 1 row for a header. Let's see. Notice that line 23 of crashes.py contains code to prompt the user for a number. It is possible that while the computer is executing line 23, the user may enter text that is not a number. For example, something that has a number or a letter in it. This situation causes the computer to raise a value error. It is also possible that the user may enter a number that is too low or too high. In this situation, the computer does not raise an exception, but the situation is still a mistake that the program should alert the user about. Okay, so I have some error checking in there. Notice lines 32 through 37. Let's go ahead and look at those real quick. Crashes.py. So these guys contain code to process each line on the CSV file. Okay, so whatever file we got up above, we'll go ahead and loop through it and do what we need to with it. It's also possible that one row in the CSV file contains 0 in the fatal crashes column. This could cause the computer to raise 0 division error. Okay, so we need to add more error checking for that to make sure that that can never happen. Add exception handling code to the handle file not found error, and add exception handling code to handle value error and percentage that are less than 0 or greater than 100. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So this whole program right now I could technically run, and let's actually try that real quick. I'm just going to open this in my terminal, and I'll say py crashes.py. Okay, name of the file, I'll say crashes.csv, and I'll say 50%, and we got our data there. Okay, now let's try that again. I'll say crashes.py again, oops, CSV, and I'll say like negative, whoops, that's false, negative, a really big number, and you can see it still did that even though it shouldn't have. Okay, likewise, I could do the same thing if I said some number. There's my value error that was there. Okay, so this file works just fine except for when a user doesn't do what they're supposed to. What we call this in programming is a happy path. Okay, a happy path is when the user does everything that they're supposed to, but if they accidentally put in a percentage that's too high or too low, or they accidentally bump to a letter, then their entire program could crash or just produce false data. So as long as they stay to the happy path, they're good, but people never stay to the happy path. Okay, so we need to add error checking to this whole thing, which is what you're doing for your team activity. So hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.